Hey, I'm Mr. Ortiz. We're on lesson 4, distance learning, and today is April the 13th. April the 13th. By the way, it's the birthday of one of the teachers, uh, Stephen Che, or some people pronounce it Choi, but it's Che. Stephen Che is his birthday today. Happy birthday, Steve. I'm Mr. Ortiz. My telephone number is 404 955 6666. 404 955 6666. And my email address is Hassan, HASSAN, at gsu.edu. HASSAN at gsu.edu. I'm very happy because a lot of my students have been emailing me and texting me, and even one student sent me some information on WhatsApp. Okay, but try to email me any assignments you have or any questions. Well, we are working on Ventures 3. Okay, Ventures 3. And please try to purchase the book if you could, because we don't know how long this crisis is going to take. The ISBN number is 976 hyphen 1 hyphen 108 hyphen 44 957 hyphen 1. I'll say it again. 976 hyphen 1 hyphen 108 hyphen 44 95 7 hyphen 1. Okay, and today we're going to be working on unit 7, and it's entitled Shopping. A lot of you love to shop. Shopping. And it begins on page 84. So we're going to look at lesson B, which is modal verbs, on page 86. Lesson C, gerunds and prepositions, and that's on page 88. Reading about credit card, and it's entitled Credit Card Nightmare, on page 90. We're also going to have some practice exercises on modal verbs and prepositions. Okay, so lesson 4, this is what we're going to work on today. So let's start with the reading on page 90. Okay, on page 90. And we see right here, there's a QR code. QR code. You can get a free app, QR code app, okay, if you don't have the book. So this way it would be played back to you, so you'll have an understanding. Okay, so let me begin the reading. A credit card nightmare. Song Hee and Joseph Kim got their first credit card a week after they got married. At first, they paid off the balance every month. The couple's problems began after they bought a new house. They bought new furniture, a big screen TV, and 2 new computers. To pay for everything, they applied for more and more credit. Soon they had 6 different credit cards, and they were more than $18,000 in debt. It was a nightmare, said Mrs. Kim. The interest rate were 19% to 24%. Our minimum payment was over $750 a month. We both got second jobs, but it wasn't enough. I was so worried about paying off the debt, I cried all the time. Luckily, the Kims found a solution. They met Deborah Delgado, a debt counselor. With her help, they looked at all of their living expenses and made a family budget. They combined their 6 credit card payments into one monthly payment with a lower interest rate. Now, their monthly budget for all living expenses is $3,400. Together, they earn $3,900 a month. That leaves $500 for paying off their debt. We cut up our credit cards, says Mrs. Kim. No more expensive furniture in 5 years. We can pay off our debt. Now we know credit cards are dangerous. Credit cards are dangerous. Okay. I did a little bit of research, and I found out that 189 million Americans have credit cards. 189 million Americans have credit cards. A lot of Americans have credit cards. The average credit card holder has at least 4 credit cards. Wow. At least 4 credit cards. How many credit cards do you have? On the average, households carry over $8,000 in credit card debt. And I'll say that again. On the average, households carry over $8,000 of credit card debt. And this is interesting. The total United States consumer debt is at $13.86 trillion. The consumer debt in this country is at $13.86 trillion. That's a lot of debt. And we just added another $2 trillion to our debt for the stimulus package that was enacted recently by Congress. The total debt in the country, I believe now, is going to be at $24 trillion. Auto loan debt, car debt, auto loan debt, $1.13 trillion American consumers owe for automobiles. Okay, and I'll read it again. Auto loan debts, $1.13 trillion. Credit card debt, $1.04 trillion. I'll read it again. Credit card debt in this country, $1.04 trillion. Student loan debt, $1.59 trillion. Student loan debt, $1.59 trillion. It's a lot of debt. Now, the couple that I just read about had a problem, a big problem, and they wanted to solve the problem. Before you can solve a problem, you have to know about the cause of the problem. If you don't know the cause of the problem, you cannot solve the problem. So, what do you think was the cause of their problem? Okay. Also, if you want to, write to me about how you feel about credit card debt or your debt. And let's look at why people get into debt and how to get out of debt, how to prevent being in debt. Okay, so credit cards could be an issue, a big issue. So we got a couple of minutes, so we're going to start on Unit 7, which is shopping. And we're talking about page 86. So, lesson B, we're talking about modal verbs. And I have a list of modal verbs, and we're going to go through the list later on. So, on page 86, we have two modal verbs, could and should. Could and should. Use could to give suggestions. Again, use could to give suggestions. Use should to give advice. Use should to give advice. And should is a polite modal verb. So if I say you should continue studying, you should continue studying, I'm saying maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. You have that option. If I say you must continue studying, that's a stronger. And even stronger, if I say you have to continue studying, okay, that's even stronger. Or if you walk into your child's room and you tell your child you should do your homework, the child may look at you and say, okay, I'll do it an hour from now, or I'm doing this later on, I'll do it. But if you walk in and you say you must do your homework or you have to, okay, that means you need to get with it and you need to do it as soon as possible. Okay. So, let's look at a couple of sentences. You could get a smaller car and save money. Okay, you can write the sentence down. I'll repeat it. You could get a smaller car and save money. Okay, so some of these sentences we're going to diagram. Okay, let's get into a habit of diagramming sentence. What is the subject here in this sentence? The subject of the sentence is the most important thing in the sentence. It's going to be you. It's the subject. And is you a noun or a pronoun? because the subject could only be a noun or a pronoun. So you is a pronoun. Then the next word is could. So could is a modal verb. So modal verb. And modal verbs are classified as auxiliary verbs. Now, in verb tenses, you have a helping verb and a main verb. Okay, but when you have modal verbs, you should try to use auxiliary verb instead of helping verbs. And a modal verb needs a main verb. So the main verb here is going to be get. A in the sentence is going to be an adjective. Remember, the article is an adjective. The adjective is the mother. The article is the child. An article is an adjective. Smaller, adjective. You could get a smaller. Car is a noun. And it's always going to be a coordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunction, CC, I put CC. Save, it's going to be a verb. And money is going to be a noun. Okay, so you could get a smaller car and save money. You, subject pronoun, could, modal verb, get, verb, a, adjective, smaller, adjective, car, noun, and coordinating conjunction, save, verb, money, noun. Okay, so let's look at the next sentence. Using should for advice. Using should for advice. The sentence is, you should open a savings account. You should open a savings account. So once again, we look for the subject first, and the subject is going to be you, and we know you is going to be a pronoun. This pronoun substitutes for a noun. Okay? So let's say we want a noun in this sentence. So you could say, Maria should open a savings account. Maria would be the subject noun. Okay? Should, we know, is going to be a modal verb. Open is going to be a verb. A is going to be an adjective. Savings is going to be an adjective. And account is a noun. Now, saving looks like a verb, but it's an adjective because we asked the question, what kind of account? What kind of account? Savings account. So savings is going to be an adjective. Okay. So we will be back shortly with other practice sentences. Ciao for now.